The main thing is you got to use your emotions and don't let them use you. So when I get upset, okay, most of the time I'm doing it on purpose. Okay, so I'm using it, and it's called acting. Okay, it's really called acting. And it's like there's a way to use your energy to change the situation. Okay, and so a lot of times just being present, being nice and sweet, that usually gets you a lot of places. But there's a time and place, depending on the goal, where you want to, like, you gotta know how to soften up, but then you also gotta know how to harden up. So if you can know how to stay hard, you have that power. But if you're only soft and you don't know how to get hard, that's going to be your weakness. But if you're only hard and you don't know how to get soft, that's going to be your weakness as well. And so it's about balancing your energy. Some people call this masculine and feminine energy. Like, you know how to be hard, but also you got to know how to be soft. And so can you balance that? And can you go back and forth? Okay. And so it's like being hot and being cold, being on fire and then being chill, being super chill. Okay. And so that's really what it comes down to. Okay. Being hot versus being chill. And that's all we're talking about here. When we're talking about the triangle of knowledge, the Pao, the Zhao, all these like symbolism words that may not make any sense. Okay. All we're talking about here is warming up, cooling down. That's it. That's all we're talking about. Warming up, the rise, cooling down, the descent. Okay, the ascension, the descension. And then the baseline, which is Bob, who you are. And then the peak, which is when you're at the flow. When you're at the full flow. Okay. And so you give examples like, is when you're playing, so basketball's a good example. It's like when you are just in the zone. Like, that, and like I said, maybe we'll start sharing some of our highlights. So you understand, because we're explaining it, we're expressing it, and, maybe there's not enough examples. And maybe you want to see more examples, possibly. So perhaps we'll show you some more examples.